Hello and welcome to Mary Makes. I'm Mary and today I'm going to be answering the most common question that I get asked, which is how do you make so many different sizes of dinosaurs? If you're new here, welcome! Welcome to my channel. I make crochet videos and I also sell the crocheted items that I make on my website. So the four sizes of dinosaurs that I sell on my website are 24-inch jumbo. Um, this, well, it's 24 inches tall. It weighs like 3 pounds and it's just massive. This is the biggest plushie that I sell. The next size I sell is this 14-inch dinosaur. I don't know how much this one weighs, but there it is. The next size down is 8.5 inches. And then finally, I sell these 5-inch mini dinos. So how I make them different sizes? The first way I make them different sizes is by varying the pattern. I'm actually using two different dinosaur patterns here. The first pattern, like for this jumbo and for this 8.5 inch, notice how there's 5 stripes along the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not including the tail, just 5 back stripes here. These two dinosaurs are made from the same pattern. They both have about like 2,400 stitches in them. The only thing that's different between these two dinosaurs is that I used a different size crochet hook when making them. So this pattern, it's by Blue Phone Studios, and there's a link in the description to their pattern. It is a paid pattern and it's not my intellectual property, so I won't be making a tutorial for it, but it's the same pattern. Same number of stitches to make this guy as same number of stitches to make this jumbo. The only thing that's different then is I use different sizes of crochet hooks to make it. So here is my 4mm crochet hook. This was used to make the 8.5 inch dino. With this 10mm crochet hook, this is what I use to make the jumbo dino. So that's all that's really changed is the crochet hook size, same number of stitches. With the 14-inch and the 5-inch dinos. This is my free mini dino pattern that's available on my blog and that I also made into a full video tutorial on my channel. So check it out if you want to learn how to make your own mini dino. This has about, I want to say like 850 stitches. So it's less stitches. This takes me less time to make. Not by much, actually. When I did my speed runs, I was surprised about the difference in time for these two. Anyways, with these two dinos, same thing, same pattern, just different size crochet hooks. And the two different sizes of crochet hook correspond to different types of yarn. So when I'm using a 4mm hook, I can't use that with this jumbo chenille yarn. That's because if you're using a hook that's not appropriately sized to your yarn, you're just gonna have a really bad time. I use this 4mm hook with regular size 4 like acrylic worsted weight yarn like this. Actually, while we're talking about yarn, this dino is one of the most popular items in my shop, this rainbow dino in this coloration. And the yarn that I use to make this is Red Heart Super Savers Stripes, and the color is called Retro Stripe. You can see here on the side that this yarn itself is changing colors on its own. So when I'm making this dino, the only time I'm actually doing color changes is when I'm changing to white to make the stripes. Everything else, the yarn is doing that. So yeah, with these smaller dinos, size 4mm hook with regular worsted weight yarn. Now with these two dinos, the 14-inch and the 24-inch, I'm using that 10mm hook and I'm using size 7 jumbo chenille. An example of size 7 jumbo chenille is Sweet Snuggles. This is available at Michael's. Michaels also sells some different colors of the same size 7 yarn, but it's just going to be called Chenille Home. And also the other brand of jumbo chenille that I buy is called Parfait XL, and you can purchase that at premieryarns.com. I'll leave my referral code to Premier Yarns in the description for 10% off your order. But yeah, I hope that wasn't like confusing. I hope that all made sense. That is how I make 4 different sizes of dinos using 2 different sizes of crochet hooks and 2 different crochet patterns. I guess kind of going off the patterns, sometimes folks ask me like, can you just like multiply the number of stitches or divide them by some factor to scale a pattern down? And like, that's just not a thing. Like with blankets, sure, blankets like square items, rectangular items, you can take the repeat and just add an additional unit of repeat to it to scale it up. But with this, like round number 1, it has 6 stitches. If I wanted to make a dinosaur half this size, if I were to do round number 1 3 stitches, like it would make a different shape because you're making a 3D object. So these 2 patterns are like completely unique patterns designed independently. You can't just like say, let me do some math and like shrink a pattern down, at least for amigurumi. For blankets and like flat, 2-dimensional things, I think you can scale it to some extent. But yeah, I hope this answered a lot of your commonly asked questions. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions that I can help answer. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.